Hello, welcome to Jason the Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. And tonight I had watched Deadpool and Wolverine at the movie theater. The first movie I saw in the movie theater this year. Definitely the movie I was most anticipating and excited for. Saw it in IMAX 3D, which is pretty cool. Overall, what can you say about the movie? It's going to be just a fun movie. There's some serious moments as well, but most part it's just, you're gonna get a bunch of jokes, you're gonna get a bunch of over the top violent action scenes, very bloody and all that. So for the most part I thought I had a fun time in the movie, as I do with all the Deadpool movies, though I still think the first movie is by far the best one of the three. It's just a perfect story and how it's been told, and some of the best bits ever I've seen in a movie. The cool thing about this one is seeing Hugh Jackman come back as Wolverine. And I thought Hugh Jackman did a really great job. Like, he played it very serious. He had some very dramatic moments. And I was like, yeah, this is a, Oscar nominated actor really putting his work in with this character. And still, no one can pass him as Wolverine. He's just so good as well. My criticism of the movie is that it took a little too long to get going. The first, 30 minutes or so, 20 minutes is a little boring, not a lot going on. The jokes aren't really landing that much. And I don't know if I really like the way they portray Wade Wilson character in this. He's kind of a sad character. His relationship with his girlfriend kind of is not great, which is, I don't like that because I love their relationship and I didn't like what they did with that. Again, a lot of these characters get shortchanged, like the girlfriend, Vanessa. Blind Al is in it for a fair amount. Peter has a big role in it. It seems like he's in it a lot more than normal. He's got his friend, the cab driver, is barely in it. I don't know. I'd love to see more of those characters because those were great in the first movie. Anyways, movie doesn't really get going. Of course, he finally gets to Wolverine if you've seen the trailer. And then they get put in the void, and there's a fair amount of the movie they're in the void, so say, and you meet kind of the main villain there. To me, that's when the movie starts to get going, when you get those two characters together and you get the main villain, and there's some action scenes there that are good, and they team up with some other characters. The best part of the movie is the cameos, man. I love these cameos in the void. When you get there's a bunch of cameos of characters from other past superhero movies come in, and I love it because it's a cool homage to past superhero movies where you go, oh man, that's cool seeing that character back on the screen. Like, that was definitely a highlight of the movie where I geeked out a couple times. That was very cool. Overall story, I don't really understand what's going on, to be honest. It has to do with, the sacred timeline and all that. And I don't know, I wasn't really into the whole plot of it, to be honest. I was like, I don't care. Just really want to see Wolverine and Deadpool fighting and bickering and all that kind of stuff. There's a great fight scene they have two fight scenes. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but if you've seen the trailer, there's a scene where they're fighting in a car. That was a really fun scene as well, because they're just stabbing each other, but they can't die, so they're just blood everywhere. That was actually a pretty fun scene. Also, there's a scene at the end, the best scene in the movie. I can't say exactly what happens, but there's an action scene done to the song Like a Prayer by Madonna, and somehow that song really works for the action scene. It's done in slow motion, and there's tons of people fighting. The camera work is just amazing. And also, Wolverine puts his mask on for the first time, and that's the moment I kind of geeked out, because I was like, oh, I love seeing Wolverine in the yellow suit with the mask down. I was like, oh my gosh, that's the Wolverine that I love. So that was kind of a geek out moment, because I've been a Wolverine fan since I was a kid. He's always been my favorite superhero character, X-Men character and all that, and so forth. But that was a great action sequence as well. I would say there's maybe one too many slow motion scenes to a pop song or a rock song. They put in probably too many rock songs and pop songs in there, and they're walking around in slow motion, for dramatic effect. And you're like, okay, I get it. Yeah, that's a cool moment, but you're doing it a little too much. Anyways, but overall, I thought it's definitely a good movie. Probably one of the best movies I've seen so far this year as far as entertainment factor. I'm going to give it a 3.5 stars. Not a great movie, but still very solid, and one definitely worth to check out.